Hi guys, so today we are going to be talking about confidence. Now, confidence is a very interesting trait. I've always found it very interesting, especially when I first started off in the industry as an engineer, having worked in a lot of these Fortune 500 companies. I've observed that confidence is not always dependent, or the existence of confidence is not always dependent on knowledge or having a lot of experience in the workplace or that industry. I've seen people with very little knowledge come up in meetings and speak with very much a lot of confidence and a lot of authority. While on the other side, I've seen technical specialists, people with a lot of knowledge on that subject matter, not have that enough confidence to speak up in meetings, ask questions, critique, or even present their partly constructed ideas. So today, I want to talk to you about confidence and how we can learn this trait and some of the secrets and the tips I've observed having worked alongside Harvard grads, MBAs, PhDs, and some of the tricks they use to basically increase and boost their confidence levels in office meetings. So today, let's go over 3 steps you can personally take to immediately increase your confidence and boost your confidence level in the next office meeting that you go to. Step number 1, one of the most simplest things you can do to increase that confidence in the office meetings is basically having a pre-meeting prep. Something preparation you can do right before your meeting or well before your meeting to come prepared to the meeting. Now this can include organizing your thoughts in your mind of what you're going to say, some of the ideas which you're about to present, how you are going to word it. Maybe jot them down on a notepad. Maybe try practicing presenting those ideas and see which words are better suited for that conversation. And also discussing these ideas with a coworker. So I want to talk to you a little more in detail about that last one, talking to a coworker or a colleague. Now, what that does is if you talk about your idea or the content you are about to present in the meeting beforehand, this basically, I've noticed, it trains your mind to talk about that idea or that content. And it tells you which are the key words you should be focusing on, which words you might want to leave out, or which words even sound silly. Because when we're talking about or thinking about our idea to ourselves, sometimes we don't notice it until we say it out loud. Now, another thing this does is when you share your ideas or your material with someone else in the office, they can actually give you their feedback and tell you what really doesn't sound that well or what sounds silly. So maybe you can hold off on sharing that idea in the meeting in front of managers so you don't look very silly. So if, for instance, you shared an idea with 3 of your colleagues and 2 of them did not really like the idea or maybe thought that you need to go back and put some more work into it, maybe that's telling you that you're not really ready to share that idea in front of executives or managers in a meeting. So these are some of the benefits of doing a pre-meeting prep, talking to your coworker, which will definitely increase your confidence in the meetings themselves, because then you'll know when you're going to the meeting, you've shared this idea with 2 or 3 more people in the office that work on similar projects as you, and they have confidence in them, which will in turn increase your confidence. So not every meeting you're going to have a brilliant industry-changing idea to present in front of the team or managers. Sometimes you have to take a spectator seat. Now, this does not mean that you cannot come off as confident, or you cannot take part in the team meetings, or you cannot contribute anything to the team and the company. Sometimes when these are the cases, you can actually come off as confident and a great contributor by asking questions. Whoever is presenting that day, their brilliant ideas or their plans for the project, you can actually ask them critical questions or follow their presentation up with follow-up questions. This shows that you are a critical thinking, and even when your material or your ideas are not being discussed, you're not basically a spectator. You're actively taking part in the progression of that team and actively taking part in the success of that team by criticizing and critiquing positively, of course, other people's ideas, which shows confidence and positivity in the workplace. Now, sometimes obviously you're not going to have very critical questions come up in your mind or very logical questions that prove beneficial. So what can you do? Now, one thing I personally like to do is maybe ask the presenter follow-up question like, can you explain this further? Or maybe a component of that idea or that content or material I didn't fully understand, so I ask them to basically explain it a little bit more in detail. Now, usually they really take that with positivity and they really like that, because if they're passionate about that idea, they're going to love spending an extra 2 minutes to further explain their idea. And this shows that you are interested. This shows that you are actively showing interest in other members of your team and their content. Now, this would show your office has a very healthy knowledge-sharing environment where people are showing interest in other people's content and ideas, and they're actively brainstorming ideas and helping each other out. Now, secret number 3, and the final one we're going to be talking about today that I'd like to talk to you about, is don't go for perfection and have the confidence to share your incomplete ideas, or what I like to call, or a lot of people in the industry like to call, partly constructed ideas. So a lot of times in my experience, I've seen that people are going for perfection, but at times even aiming for that perfection can be an obstacle to your progression in your career. So don't be afraid to present your incomplete ideas to the team. And if you think about it, right, I mean, what I've seen in my experience, that's what meetings are really about. They're there so people of the team can come together, critique different ideas, come up with different plans, or brainstorm different ideas, and they build off of those partially constructed ideas, those incomplete plans, and they build off of that using the input from team members. Now, I think this promotes diversity and in creativity and thoughts of the team to come together and present those ideas, which will in turn help you become a better leader at the workplace. Because when you are basically identifying different ideas, having the ability to identify good and bad ideas and allow people to share those ideas, which will in turn help you build great interpersonal skills at the workplace, like becoming a good leader, identifying good ideas, identifying bad ideas, how to share your feedback to other people who are sharing their ideas. Now, again, I just want to emphasize this last tip of presenting your partially constructed ideas in meetings. I think this is one of the most important tip that I can share with you today, because in my experience, this has held back the most amount of people I saw from talking with confidence in meetings. Whenever they're going for perfection, whenever they're nervous of presenting their idea, what might people think? What might my manager think? But people with great confidence levels and with people with great charisma, they're not afraid to present their ideas that are not well complete, that are not well thought out yet. With great confidence, these people are asking their colleagues and their manager for input. Like, what do you think? How do you think I should reapproach this idea? How do you think we should change? What parts should we change about this plan? Now, one bonus thing this does is that it takes the spotlight off of you. If you ask other people to give feedback and give their input to your ideas, for the time being, it actually takes the spotlight off of you in the meeting, which for people that are low on confidence, helps them at times ease off and get relaxed in the meeting. So these were the 3 tips or secrets that I've learned over the years that I wanted to share with you today that hopefully helps you in gaining confidence in office meetings. And the next time you go in the meeting to share your idea, you can speak with confidence and calmness. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other tip that you find helpful in your office culture that over the years you've built. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you liked this video. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.